Hi everyone, I'm back to do my empties for another week. I actually went through quite a bit. Not everything was like fresh and whole. Like a lot of it were things that I had already opened, and trying to work on finishing some of them. Some of it might have been samples. Like I said, some of it was things that had been open for quite a while, and it was like, okay, time to finish it up. And if it had L3 on it, I was more apt to try to grab it and finish it, because I did say I wanted to get through all the L3 stuff that I had that was not loaves or sampler pack. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on it. I didn't mean to put this in here, but now that I found it in my empty basket, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I've been trying to keep things that are not wax in a different basket, but somehow or another I messed up and put this one in there. But anyways, I changed out the 25 watt bulb. I had a clear one in that God is Great, and I had it off. I probably had it off for over a week, and I finally decided, you know what, it's time to change the bulb. I need to do that. So I went ahead and I put a blue one in instead, thinking, okay, the clear one tends to make it super bright, and I don't really like it like that. So I thought, let me try the blue one and see how it does, since it's a blue warmer. So I think I like it. I can actually see God is Great better. So, all right. That was that. I think there was only 2 pieces left in here, and I took advantage of when the God is Great bulb hadn't been changed yet, so there was only 2 warmers in here, and so I used the last 2 cubes of the Vitamin R Relax. I did put all of them in my club, so my club is back up again. But it's just until I test them. I put all of them except for the one that I said I probably don't even want to warm, which was Vitamin S, I think, that has the aquatic scent in it that I don't like. So I did put Vitamin R in, and it's probably going to stay in there for a little while, because I definitely like the way that one smelled on warm. So going to continue to get that one for a little while. I opened up and finished a bar of the Frozen 2 Fearless by Nature. Temperatures have just been crazy. I'm like, I don't know whether to put on a sweatshirt or a t-shirt most of the time. Today I had a sweatshirt on earlier because my husband told me it was going to rain and that the temperatures were supposed to drop into like the 30s. Well, he failed to mention that the daytime before it starts raining, it was going to be in the 70s. I had that sweatshirt. I had to go take it off. I was sweating. I said, okay, let me go change, get comfortable, and then maybe later this evening I'll put the sweatshirt on again. So, Fearless by Nature. I have a couple of bars of that one. I truly enjoy it. It's not in my club, but the last time it came out, I think I stocked up and got like 4 bars or something like that. So the other ones will probably wait until next fall, winter kind of thing. So this was one from the Moment by Moment collection, the Graduation, and it was my favorite on cold. It's so good smelling. But I did the entire bar again of, this one. Like, it wasn't opened. I opened it and used the whole thing. And I mean, at this point, it's been several months, and it's got to be cured at this point, and it's still not throwing for me. I don't know. Maybe some people get good throw, but I do not. It is just way too weak for me. And unfortunately, I liked it so much, I kind of stocked up, and I think I got like 6 bars, and I probably have 5 left. So I don't know. I might use it strictly in like the half bath or my bathroom or something like that, but I don't know. So here I am. I'm using the Fearless by Nature because it was cold one day, and then another day I decided to open up Dumbo because it was warm that day. That's why I like not following a melting basket, because I just don't know what I'm going to want to warm and what the temperature is going to be like. So if you don't know, This one has been in my club for a long time, but Dumbo is actually currently available on the site. They have a Dumbo collection or something. I happened to notice that somebody else had said something about it. I didn't even know it was coming out because half the time I don't even have time to go read the news section for the consultants. And I was like, oh, wow, Dumbo's back. I'm like, if I had known that ahead of time that it was going to come back, I probably would have taken it out of the club for a little while. But doesn't really matter. Anyways, Dumbo is available. You can put it in your club right now if it's something that you would like. So just want to let you know. Let's see. I'm trying to go through the Scentsy ones first. I did go through, and I think I posted this. I may have posted it on Instagram and Facebook. I did this combination. Let's see. 3 warmers in the dining room. I think I did the 3 accord dishes on the landing. And that would have left 2 more. I might have done it in here because it was probably before I changed the light bulb. I know that I did it all in one day, but I did it in several areas. I think it was the dining room, the landing, and in here. And oh boy, did I love this combination. I did say even on the post that neither one of these are available anymore. Thunderstorm was the most recent one to be available. It was in the most recent Bring Back My Bar, so maybe you have it. But I paired it with Picked For You, which was from the Mother's Day collection, I think in 2021, I believe. Could have been 2020. I'm not even sure at this point. So a very pretty floral, and it mixed so well with Thunderstorm, which I get like the grass and the rain and a floral in there kind of. So the two together were absolutely stunning, beautiful. I loved it. It threw like a champ. It filled the air wonderfully. I loved it. So hopefully you might have those 2 scents and maybe you can give that a try. All right, everything else in here that's finished is not Scentsy. I have some more in the not finished that is. But all right, so I finished this one. I found this one. I have some wax in my bedroom that I keep there so that I don't have to keep coming downstairs to get wax from my bedroom. So I found this one in the stuff that I had, and I thought, oh, it's L3 Waxy Wonders. Trying to finish that up. So I finished it because there was only 3 little pieces left. I put them in the Yankee Candle Warmer in the bathroom, and that is Boogie Be Gone, which, no notes on here. I've had this since April, it says. But basically it's kind of like a Vicks kind of scent, right? The eucalyptus, camphor, that kind of thing. So Boogie Be Gone, and doing wonderfully. And I actually was a little stopped up this morning. Ooh, there is a Scentsy box on my porch. Yay. I think that's my Harry Potter stuff. And so it came in wonderfully being in the warmer because I turned it on again this morning when I went to take my shower, and I was loving it. It smelled so good in the bathroom. So I would definitely pick that up again. Although I have some other ones. I think she's got a few different ones that I like. So I guess it would just depend on which one was available at the time. But she's really good about pouring stuff for you. So chances are, no matter which one that I like, I'm sure I could probably get it at some point in time. So I used up one of the pop-ums that I had gotten from Made to Melt of the PB&J, and I did this one in the kitchen. And what did I do it in? Did I do it all in the kitchen? I know I cut it in half, and I did both of them in tea. That's what it was. They were both tea light warmers, but I put one on the kitchen table and one on top of the stove. So I had this going. Beautiful. I love her PB&J. I think it is so good. Love it, love it. Let's see. Which one was this? Oh, this was a piece from Jim's Daughter Crafts of Hollywood coffee that my friend Anna Nation had sent me. And I was looking for a coffee one day and I thought, oh, let me grab the one that Anna sent me. I really like this one. It was Hollywood coffee. I'd had it before, and she put on here, I remember this was your favorite, so I'll happily share. So thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate it. But Hollywood coffee was like coffee with Palo Santo, and it really was good. I really enjoyed that. It was a very good one. So again, thanks, Anna. Thanks for sharing with me. I did this one in the half bath because I meant to use it on the week that I was doing L3 and I didn't get around to it. So I put this one in the half bath. It's Aslan. Aslan, I think that's a Thor reference, right? So basically a Marvel. So cashmere, twilight woods, and sweater weather. Warm, cozy scent, so incredible. That's what it says on there. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it in the half bath. I don't know if it would have given me enough. Can't tell because it's one little piece. It did well in the half bath. I just don't know how well it would do in a larger area. Oh, this one I put in my bedroom. Again, another one that I found in my bedroom. And there was only 2 pieces left. I'd been like kind of hoarding it. And this is driftwood, birch branches, sage. I don't even know how it's supposed to go. From L3, 2 pieces left. My husband kind of commented, he didn't say that he like disliked it. He kind of gave me the impression that he wasn't like crazy about it. He, wasn't so bad that he thought, oh, please turn that off. It was more like, it's not really my favorite kind of thing. And I kind of looked at him. I said, well, I like it. And I thought, this is my last 2 pieces. I'm not taking it out. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to deal with it because I don't have any more of it. I'm not going to pull it out. I have no place to go put it. And it was my last chance to smell this until I possibly get it again. So if I get it again, I'll probably keep it for this room and not put it in our bedroom. Oh, this was one that I asked Britta if she could pour again. This is from Britta's Creepy Treasures. It's Palo Santo, Tobacco and Bay, and Vanilla Bean Marshmallow. This one I did in the sunroom, and it was throwing like a champ. This was a sample I had from the Pharmacist's Daughter of Jelly Donut. I did this one in the kitchen. I know it smelled good on cold. I think I got a little bit of like that jelly kind of scent when it was warming. I didn't spend a lot of time in the kitchen, so I didn't particularly pay attention this time. And I think I warmed this one at the same time. Like I had jelly donut in one warmer, and I had brown sugar pound cake coffee bean in the other. At least I think that's what I did. And I didn't really pay attention to the other. I didn't pay attention to that one either. So this one I had done in the summertime in 2021. So basically last year in the summer, because that's when I got it. This was a scent from L3 of Sun-Washed Citrus. And I did it in the sunroom. And I thought the scent was very pretty, but I was barely getting anything. I didn't really get very much. So I had to get kind of close to the warmers. And then I thought, oh, it smells good. I like it. Well, I had 1 piece left in here. I put it in the mudroom because I thought, well, I might not be able to smell it that good. I have no other place to put it. It's only 1 piece. So I put it in the mudroom. Yeah, it was throwing great. Really well. I have a hot plate warmer in the mudroom. And, man, approaching the mudroom, because there's like a little hallway from the dining room to come into here. And so there's a door into the mudroom that way. And, man, every time I'd walk this way, I could smell it coming out of there, sun-washed citrus. So I was like, I like it. All right, this, I had a couple little pieces. This was a kind of like a sample, a sharing that Anna Nation did with me when she sent me some stuff. And this is Death by Caramel. It says fresh apples and buttery caramel. And I guess the company might be Wandering in Wonderland. I'm not really sure. I had never heard of them. This was good. I enjoyed it. And I tell you what, consider, it says that it was date of pour says 10/15/2019, and I could still smell it. I thought it did pretty well in the kitchen. I was like, wow, it's pretty good considering, it's what, 2.5 years old practically. All right, this was matrix melts that I had, and I had them in my bedroom, and I just find that I don't spend much time in there because I come down in the morning to work, and then I don't normally have stuff to go do upstairs in my bedroom, so I stay downstairs, and then I don't go upstairs until it's bedtime. So sometimes I'll go upstairs right after work, and I'll go change the wax in the room. But there are many times I might not go to bed until close to 11. And some of these scents, like Scentsy tends to last a long time. And some other scents from vendors sometimes will last a long time. But some of them do not. Some of them you might get 5 or 6 hours worth. Well, I was finding that if I went to bed late, a lot of times I barely could smell the scent, like maybe it was already dying, and so I felt like I was wasting it because I'm not smelling it. So these two were in my bedroom. Long story. These two were in my bedroom, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to do them in my bedroom, I'm going to do them downstairs. So I brought these two matrix melts down, and I did Top Gun, and I mean they were already started because I had started them in my bedroom. Clean Steel, High and Tight Barbershop Haircuts, and Crisp Clean Linens. Did great. Did marvelous downstairs. I loved it. And Lord of Misrule Peeps Pipe Smoke did very well also. They both did really well. Based on my scent preferences, I like Top Gun more. But that's just because that's the kind of scent I like more. So they both did well. I just like Top Gun more. This one I finished in my room the other night. I think this was an example of, I changed it earlier. Like I probably went up there maybe around 2 or 3 in the afternoon, happened to go to bed close to 11, didn't smell it. I was like, and I know that I had smelled it before when I had warmed it before. So I think it's because I put it in too early and I just didn't get a chance to enjoy it. From Elfrey, Rosemary Mint, Vanilla Birch, Cashmere Cedar. I mean, yeah, those are all scents that I love. And I couldn't enjoy the last little bit that I did of it, but I know that was my fault. I did finish the last 3 little pieces that I was holding on to. This week I was like, you know what, I'm just going to finish it. And then I'll order it again from Kay's later in the year. And that is my custom of King Cake. So that's Bake Shop, Monkey Bread, and Vanilla Cake Pops. So I hope Kay keeps track of what percentages she does when she makes your customs. I hope she writes that down somewhere. Another one that I finished, I think I had this one in my room and brought this one downstairs also. This is Slytherin, and it's Clean Steel, Peppermint, and Pheromones. Loved this. Loved Slytherin. I thought it was very, very good. Another one that I had started in my bedroom, brought it downstairs. I finished it on the in the Yankee candle warmer that's on my desk when I'm working, and it was good. It was good, and it was throwing really nicely. For the the sunroom, it wasn't going to throw in the whole sunroom because I was doing something else, but it was throwing in my area where I was sitting, and that was Sweeney Todd. I did enjoy it. I thought it was very, very good. And this I finished also, might have been yesterday that I put this one in the kitchen. I had been holding on to the last 2 pieces, and I thought, just warm them, enjoy them. You can always order it again. This is a custom that was done with K Scented Melts, and it was the custom that I collaborated with Anna Nation, and it was based on scents that she had warmed in her home and she was telling me about, and I thought they sounded so good. I was like, oh, well, let's try to recreate it in a custom from Kay's, and it's your blend basically because you were the one warming the items. So I'm just kind of coming up with what I think would do as a blend for it. I said, so I want you to name it. And she named it River Street Latte. So we had mixed espresso, bake shop, and caramelized pralines. And it was so, so good. And we shared the custom cut. So Anna, great job on your custom. I really enjoyed sharing it with you. And then I have two other little pieces. This one was a was it like a little cloud cake or something like that? And this was the scent Bellatrix, which was oak moss and black amber. I had done a little piece in the half bath, and I'm trying to remember where I did the rest. I think I did it in the sunroom. I'm not sure, but I really enjoyed the scent. I thought it was very nice. That's my kind of scent, right? Oak moss and black amber. Yeah. This one was a Ducky sample that I got from Hayden Rowe, and it was the scent Meditation. And I cut the Ducky in half, right down the middle. So he was like the same. And I did half in the half bath. And I did the other half in a tea light warmer in the living room. I didn't like it for the bathroom. Like there was this little note in there that in the bathroom would become more pronounced because it was an enclosed area, and so the scent is contained really well. Whereas when I had it in the dining room, like when I'd walk past the dining room table, I would smell it from the tea light warmer, and I thought, wow, that smells good. But I knew it was the same one in the half bath. So, some of it is where you do the items. So anyways, that's it for the actual empties. And then I have, try to go through this quickly, what I worked on this week and didn't finish. So I worked on this one quite a bit this week. I have my loaf of Fruit Loop zucchini bread. I don't know if you can see that. Fruit Loop zucchini bread. And I think I mentioned this before that I've done it in the kitchen and I didn't really like it in the kitchen. I think it's because it's a strong scent. It throws really well, but I found that it wouldn't blend with something maybe that I had going in the dining room. So I didn't like it as much there, but I found that I loved it in here. Like I put it in here I put it on, let's say, one day, put something else in the next day, and then the day after that, I'd put it in again. I was like, yeah, I really enjoy that scent. I think it's really good. Then I pulled out my custom from the Pharmacist's Daughter. I was trying to do a coffee scent in the kitchen again, and I thought, you know what, I haven't reached for this one in a couple of weeks, so let me do that. And it's the custom that I did with her called Bold and Beautiful. It's hard for me to see what the little label because it's double bagged. And it's got coffee house, zucchini bread, and blackberry jam. And her coffee house is very pronounced. I didn't like it at first. I really didn't. I thought that the scent was a little too, I don't know, strong or something for me, and the more I've warmed it, the more I love it. So you never know. This one I did in the kitchen yesterday. I put I used 4 cubes, it's hard to see, but 4 cubes of marshmallow mint in the kitchen. I did 1 in each of the 2 warmers, and then I put 2 in the dish that I do sometimes on the warming zone of my stove. So I put the 2 in the dish, and then I took from Rose Girls hot cocoa and Cuban tobacco, and I put if it was a big piece, I'd kind of cut it, but in the warmers I mixed the 2, and then in the dish I had 2 of these, and then I put 2 of these. And I did that because I tend to like hot cocoa scents, but I found, and I like tobacco scents, but I'm not as crazy about this hot cocoa and Cuban tobacco. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. The blend is just not something that I'm attracted to. I don't really like it that much. But I wanted to use it. So I thought, well, maybe if I mix it with some marshmallow mint, maybe that'll just, enhance it, make it taste better. Yeah, like I'm going to drink it. Make it smell better. And I actually liked it more, but I know my husband doesn't like the hot cocoa and Cuban tobacco either, because he said so the last time I warmed it. And he came home and he was asking me, what do you have going? And when I told him, he was kind of made the face like, oh, that scent again, And I was like, well, I mixed it with marshmallow mint to see if it would make it better. And yeah, I guess for him it didn't, but it did for me. I thought it smelled better. Today in the, nope, not that one. Today in the kitchen, I tried something a little different. I wanted to use that dish again on the warming zone. So today in my 2 warmers, I took a piece from this bag and I cut it in half and I put a piece in each of the warmers, and that was Fire Mario. I've been dying to try the Fire Mario. And that's marshmallow fireside, donut holes, and espresso beans. And then in the dish on the stove, I put 2 cubes of cookies for Santa, and I put another little small piece of the Fire Mario in there. And wow, that Fire Mario is awesome. Awesome. Yowza. All right. I also did this week, because I needed to try these. I mean, I got these during the Mario pre-order or whatever, and I hadn't actually tried any of them. So I finally got around to trying Metal Mario, which is stainless steel and seductive quiet man. I did this one first in the sunroom. It threw like crazy. I can tell you that. It threw like crazy. But I didn't like it in the sunroom. And the more I smell it, like I like laundry scents. I like white clouds and, stuff like that. But I think in my mind, I was expecting more of a like cologne scent. And this was more of a to me, it smelled more like a manly laundry scent, right? To me, I got this very strong, like if it was, let's say like white clouds, like a very strong white clouds mixed with, I guess maybe like stainless steel, which stainless steel even has a, almost like a powdery note to it, but like a manly powdery note. I don't know how to explain it, but anyways, I didn't like it for the sunroom, or I would have had to have used less. Like I had it in the Accord warmer, and then I have a Etch Core warmer, and I had a small, not a big piece, a small piece in each one, and it was too much for the sunroom. So the next time I tried it on the landing in an Accord warmer, and there I liked it more because it was throwing into a bigger area. And so I was like, and that was the one scent I bought a half pie in. So I was like, I gotta use it. So if I use it in the sunroom again, I'll do it in combination with something else that'll kind of blend with it better. But by itself, landing. This one I did in the sunroom. Oh my gosh, I love this one. Absolutely love it. This is from Teddy B's. It's the Riverlands. And the Riverlands is Palo Santo, Cool Mountain Air, Balsam, Patchouli, Crisp Melon, Cedar, Crunchy Leaves, and Sandalwood. I tell you what, the next time she offers this, I will be getting several of the Riverlands. It threw wonderfully, and it's like a top scent for me. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very, to me, it's very woodsy and almost kind of manly, because I guess maybe the patchouli and the Palo Santo, but then you get the crunchy leaves and the cedar and the sandalwood. Loved. I can't even, that's like a 5-star for me. Loved it. Did a few more pieces from my custom from K's of Bohemian Wrap, which Bohemian Wrap is blackberry frankincense, patchouli linen, and nag champa. And 3 scents that I think smell really good by themselves, and I like them mixed together. That's a really nice scent, and I'm probably going to hold off the last few pieces for when it just gets just a little bit, like it's going to get cold again, till it starts to get more like consistent 60-degree days or something like that. I think it'll be great. Oh, finally got around to trying out Destination Wax Moon Spice Cookie. I had finally had a chance to order it, I don't know when, a couple of months ago, and I was holding on to it, and I finally I took 2 pieces because you get 6, and I put 1 in each of the warmers in the kitchen. Moon Spice Cookie is sugar cookies, coffee, and Celtic moon spice. I was afraid that with the sugar cookies, and I don't know what Celtic moon spice is, but I was afraid that I was never going to get the coffee. That wasn't a problem. It was beautiful. I absolutely loved it. Another one that I did in the kitchen, I must have like changed some of them like during the day or something, or I didn't do this in the kitchen. Maybe I did it in the dining room. I don't know. But this is Wario's Winter Wonderland, candy cane and vanilla crunch donuts, eggnog, and sugar cookies. I may have done this one in the dining room on a day when like I did the Celtic moon stuff. What's it called? Moon spice cookie? Something like that. I might have kind of did that in the dining room to kind of go with it. I did this combination in the sunroom, and I had posted about it also. I have the Accord warmer in there, I said, and the etched core. So in the etched core, I put a piece of waffle cone from Rose Girls. And then in the Accord, I put like 1 piece of this in one piece of this in the other, and 1 piece of this in the other. It's not like I put in all of them. So there was just like 1 piece of each. And so I did pear, apricot, and ooey gooey caramel. I was just trying to find something that would be kind of fruity, bakery almost, because I figured like the waffle cone and the ooey gooey caramel would kind of give it like more like an almost bakery kind of like thing, whatever. I will say that the scent that I smelled all day was pear. I think the other things lended to a blending, right? Like I probably wasn't just smelling pear. I'm sure I was smelling the other things, but it was almost like they were there to enhance the pear and, like give it a little bit of a caramel, a little bit of a waffle cone. But I didn't really smell the other individual scents individually. But boy, oh boy, could I smell pear. And loved it. Then the last thing that I worked on one of my scoopies that I had done a custom with Made to Melt. And this is the one that I was going to leave for the fall, but I even said I may have to do it sooner to see how. And I've kind of did a little early. I mean, this is Melt After 226, and I probably did it on like, I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, after I did my video last time, probably the very next day, I tried it in the bathroom, and I actually did it twice. But I loved it. But to me, it really was like a beautiful, beautiful apple scent. Like, it's one that I did was Rustic Lodge, Apples and Oak, Vermont Maple Honey. And really, what I got was apple. A absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous apple. Like I don't get any kind of like lodge scent, I don't get a woodsy scent. I didn't get maple or honey per se. kind of like the pear shining through with the other things just there to enhance it. I think that's kind of what this ended up being. This was just an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous apple scent. And everything else is there to enhance the apple. I'm definitely going to let it sit until the fall and see. I don't know, maybe some of the things will develop a little bit more over time. And maybe by the time fall gets here, maybe some of the other scents will come out a little more. But right now, it was just an absolutely gorgeous apple scent. I don't want to just keep smelling it because it just smells that good. Anyways, that's what I emptied. That's what I've been working on this week. And I am going to try to get this uploaded in time for the normal time that I get this done. It's just been a busy week, and I have a couple of other videos that I want to try to get done. I'm going to try. But I hope that you're having a wonderful day. I hope that the weather by you is cooperating. And until next time, enjoy your scents, enjoy your day, and enjoy your journey. Thanks for being here with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.